My name is Lou Pavlicek. I served in the ETO in the 35th Infantry Division, Company E, 320th Regiment. I was a BAR rifleman. And the first part of my duty over there was the Battle of the Bulge, is where my career started as a rifleman. After the first night up there, we had 8 men left out of our 12. I know that in my squad. So the first day was a little rugged. On the way up there, though, I did see a dead German soldier, my first one, laying in this little town we were going through on foot. And I mean, he was swelled up, and I thought, God, these guys are Superman. He was really big. And you look at him, and you know you're in the war then. That's the first real sight you get that you know there is a war going on. And then a little while later, you're up there. You're on your way up there, naturally. It don't take long before you're pinned down. They see you coming, and they nail you. Constant meeting against German soldiers. They firing at you, and you firing at them. At first, you didn't want to shoot anybody. You didn't have the heart to shoot anybody. But if he's going to shoot you, you can shoot him then. So it gives you the energy and the courage to shoot. But until that time, no, you don't want to kill anybody. At least I didn't. About 35 days, off and on, every night, different ones. You had to dig them in this frozen ground, but under the snow, I guess the ground was diggable. You know. But during the day, you'd be going up and your feet were wringing wet with sweat, and at night it turned into ice. Because it was about 0 over there all the time. It was cold. In fact, they said it was the worst winter they ever had. After all that 35 days up there, we come back for R&R for the first time, and I took off my knit cap that was under the hard hat, of course, and you couldn't even touch your hair. Your head was so sore from being covered all that time, and take off your shoes, and you couldn't touch your toes. Your feet were so sore. And I went to the medics, of course, with the feet. Didn't know whether I had trench foot or what, but they cured it with Barbasol shaving cream. They gave me a tube of Barbasol shaving cream, and that I cured my feet in 3 days. They were okay, and we were back on the line again. The worst part of the war for me, because you were constantly under artillery and stuff, and they used they burst it in the air, so there was no hiding from it because the shrapnel was coming down out of the sky. They're pretty shrewd soldiers, them Germans, you know. Plus they had these bouncing betties, which they call them, wires under the snow, and if you happen to trip on while you're walking, the thing would bounce up waist high and explode, so tear your guts out. But that was designed to do that. And who was going to see a wire under the snow? So a lot of guys lost their lives that way.
Did you see that happen?
Oh yeah, many times. But I was one of the lucky ones. In one way I was lucky, one way I was unlucky. They say the lucky guys had a little wound and got out of there. And the unlucky guy had to stay there the whole time. But at the same time, I was lucky I got back home unscathed. Which there was a few of us that did. But I mean, it's like anything else. You've got to be careful and watch what you're doing. Well, they were just sneaking along the side of these buildings. I guess very carefully, they were good soldiers. And I was upstairs looking down at them. And as they got close enough, I fired at them. And the darn thing only had 5 rounds in it. It holds 20. But it only had 5 left in there. And when I reached down to get another clip, they took off. But there was blood all over the place, so.
But the one,
those 5 bullets hit some of them, that's for sure. That's this one with the 3 battle stars on it. That's a medal that goes with it. What's this one? World War II. Now they had one for the Battle of the Bulge, but they didn't have any. They didn't make it anymore. So these were all from basic training here for all the things I had marksman and sharpshooter and different things. And this, of course, the combat infantry badge, that's the most important one of the whole bunch. You get $10 extra paycheck when you're overseas with that one.
Yeah.
I seen a German soldier one time where one of our machine guns was hitting him and just raising him up and down. He wouldn't die. I bet you he was hit 50 times. And all he was doing, he wanted to give up.
Yeah.
They finally went out there and picked him up and made him walk. 2 guys were on each side, and he walked. But if a bullet don't hit you in the right place, you don't die. I don't care how many bullets they put in you. And yet you look at your buddy next to you, a little piece of shrapnel hit him in the neck or something, and he's dead, just like that.
Yeah. Do you recall a time when you had an enemy soldier in your sights and the bullet found its mark, and did you kill in the line of service?
Yeah, I guess I had to. It's not pleasant. It's not good memories.